This powerful image appears to show young boys working in an industrial setting, likely a coal mine or similar workplace. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, child labor was common in many industries. Children often worked long hours under dangerous conditions for very little pay. Photographs like this helped expose labor abuses and inspired reforms protecting children. Several workers are perched high on a telegraph pole, demonstrating the construction and maintenance of early communication networks. Before widespread telephone and internet systems, telegraph lines connected towns and cities across America. Building these networks required courage and skill, as workers often operated at dangerous heights. Their efforts helped revolutionize communication and national connectivity. This photograph shows an enormous factory building, symbolizing America's rapid industrial growth during the early 20th century. Such factories employed thousands of workers and produced goods on a massive scale. Industrial centers transformed cities, created jobs, and fueled economic expansion. At the same time, they highlighted challenges involving labor conditions, urbanization, and environmental impacts. An elephant transports circus equipment while handlers walk nearby. Traveling circuses were a major form of entertainment before television became widespread. Elephants often helped move heavy loads and became popular attractions themselves. The image captures a unique period when circus companies traveled from town to town, bringing exotic animals, performers, and excitement to communities. Residents gather outside local businesses on what appears to be a busy small-town street. People read newspapers, socialize, and observe daily events. Before radio and television dominated entertainment, town centers served as important social hubs. This image offers a glimpse into community life, where information, business, and personal relationships were exchanged face-to-face. This striking view looks beneath an elevated railway running through a bustling urban neighborhood. Elevated trains helped solve transportation challenges in growing American cities by moving large numbers of people efficiently. The steel structure dominates the landscape, reflecting industrial engineering achievements. Horse-drawn vehicles and pedestrians below highlight a period of technological transition and modernization. A steam locomotive pulls loaded rail cars through a forested area. Logging railroads were essential to America's timber industry, transporting harvested wood from remote forests to mills and markets. Steam trains made large-scale lumber operations possible and supported construction across the nation. The photograph illustrates the close relationship between natural resources, transportation, and economic development. Passengers board a Pan American Airways flying boat, an innovative aircraft used before long-range airports became common. These aircraft landed on water and connected distant destinations across oceans. Air travel during this era was considered luxurious and adventurous. The image captures the excitement of early commercial aviation and the beginning of global air transportation. This scene shows a crowded newsroom filled with reporters, editors, and typists. Newspapers were the primary source of information for millions of Americans before television news emerged. Deadlines created a fast-paced environment where stories were researched, written, and edited quickly. The photograph reflects the energy and importance of journalism in shaping public understanding of events. This photograph overlooks a large seaside amusement pier, bustling with visitors. Such attractions combined entertainment, dining, shopping, and recreation in one location. Popular during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, they drew tourists seeking relaxation and excitement. The image highlights America's growing leisure culture and the importance of coastal resorts in public life. This unusual roadside cafe and gas station appears to be built in a whimsical desert style, designed to attract motorists traveling long highways. During the automobile boom of the 1930s and 1940s, businesses competed for attention with eye-catching architecture. Such stops provided fuel, food, and rest for travelers exploring America's expanding network of roads and highways. This image shows prisoners performing manual labor while wearing striped uniforms commonly associated with early 20th century prisons. Convict labor was often used for farming, road construction, and public works projects. Supporters viewed it as productive work, while critics argued it was exploitative. The photograph highlights historical penal practices and changing attitudes toward prison reform and rehabilitation. This collage documents the evolution of motorcycles from primitive motorized bicycles to more advanced machines. Early motorcycles offered affordable transportation and inspired racing competitions that pushed technological innovation. Riders often faced rough roads, limited safety equipment, and mechanical challenges. These pioneering machines laid the foundation for the modern motorcycle industry, enjoyed by millions today. Several steam-powered vessels are moored along a waterfront, representing an era when rivers and harbors were vital transportation corridors. Steamboats moved passengers, cargo, and raw materials between growing cities and industrial centers. Before highways and aviation became dominant, water transportation played a crucial role in economic development and regional trade throughout America. A rider appears to be controlling or training a spirited horse on a ranch. Horse training was an essential skill in rural America, particularly in cattle ranching communities. Cowboys relied on well-trained horses for transportation, herding livestock, and daily work. This photograph captures the strong partnership between humans and horses in agricultural life. Bundled in heavy clothing, explorers stand on an icy landscape holding national flags. The image likely commemorates an expedition to the Arctic or Antarctic during the age of polar exploration. Such journeys were dangerous and required extraordinary endurance. Explorers faced extreme cold, isolation, and uncertain conditions while expanding scientific knowledge of Earth's most remote regions. Passengers enjoy a meal inside an elegant railroad dining car. Long-distance train travel was once one of the most comfortable and prestigious ways to cross America. Dining cars offered high-quality meals and attentive service while travelers admired the passing scenery. This photograph reflects the sophistication and romance associated with rail travel during its golden age. This wide boulevard, lined with palm trees and vintage automobiles, reflects the growth of coastal resort cities during the mid-20th century. Improved roads and increased car ownership encouraged tourism and residential development. The scene conveys prosperity, warm weather, and modern urban planning, helping explain why many Americans were drawn to coastal communities. Rows of pinball machines attract crowds of players and spectators in a lively arcade environment. Before video games became popular, pinball was one of the most beloved forms of entertainment. Arcades served as social gathering places where people competed for high scores and prizes. The photograph captures a vibrant moment in American leisure culture. An experienced craftsman carefully inspects and repairs a delicate mechanical device at his workbench. Surrounded by specialized tools, he demonstrates the skill and patience required in traditional manufacturing and repair trades. Before disposable consumer goods became common, many products were built to last and could be maintained by highly trained artisans and technicians. If these images touched your heart, please subscribe and join us on this journey through the past.